So now let's talk about where we're going in the future. The forecast model, I think there's going to be pretty substantial growth everywhere. And a lot of the regions are about 15%. So what that means is between 2023 and 2030, we're talking about 15% more RNs per capita in the area. That's like 2% growth a year. That's pretty high. And then into these areas on the right, the mountain states have double that. They're going to have double that growth, a lot of growth. The East-South Central, the East-West Central, that's not the right name. The Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas have even faster growth than the other areas. Okay, so that's quite a lot. How does that growth compare to what we've seen over the last 2 decades? It's higher. I'm comparing in an apples to apples way the same projections I just showed you, which are in the blue bars, that's the growth expected until 2030, compared to 2014 to 2023, 2000 to 2014. And they're all like on an equal playing field with the numbers. So everywhere is going to have faster growth than they have been used to seeing, just about everywhere. So that's kind of the key thing to know. James asked, how does that supply growth compare to demand? And I was like, Demand is a really, really squishy, hard to measure concept. I pulled the data from HRSA to see what they think about demand. That's the Health Resources and Services Agency. They do these projections. I don't really believe the demand. What they kind of do is look at population growth and assume that we're going to be using nurses in the same exact way, which is just, that's not true. But take that for what it may. The supply growth looks greater than the demand, but again, I don't put a lot of weight on that. I think that we continue to need more and more nurses for the way our health system is developing.